Greetings and happy Monday. I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about the fall equinox celebration that's happening this Saturday. You may have been seeing me posting certain things in my stories. If you follow Shamba.atl, which is the location where Oyun Ministries and Marketplace is located, then you've seen us highlighting some vendors and you've seen us highlighting some activities that's happening for this week. But this is a special time of year. And I'm really prayerful. I'm always prayerful that we can pick back up, some traditions and customs when it comes to celebrating the natural holidays. Peace, Queen, peace. The natural holidays. We are conditioned or we're just used to celebrating holidays that are like national holidays or, things like birthdays and different things like that. But there are natural holidays, that as spiritual beings, I think it's very beneficial for us to celebrate. I think it's very beneficial for us to tune in and pay attention during those times. And those are the solstice and the equinox time. Now, we do have things like Christmas that is around the winter solstice, and Easter that's around spring equinox. But there are natural, deeper significance to those times that are not tied to man formalized religions or religious practices. But by all means, these religious practices are formulated around those natural significances. Trust me. A lot of times they're not taught in that manner. They're more so taught in association with deities or these gods or religious concepts. But the depth of these celebrations are natural significances. There's a natural significance to what's happening during the solstices and during the equinoxes. Meaning there's something that's naturally happening with the earth that is very significant as far as our life goes and our livelihood goes. And there's also something significant happening with us that oftentimes we don't pay attention to or we're not taught about just because, it's not naturally known these days. When we were a people of agricultural, heavy in agriculture, and we were an agricultural people where our focus was centered around growing. Our focus was centered around the first fertility of the land because that was our livelihood. We had to grow in order to eat, and we had to eat in order to live. And so we naturally gravitated to the principles that we learned from agriculture. We're not necessarily there anymore. We're getting back to growing, but we've kind of been disconnected from growing. And growing is so significant because when you grow, you learn how the earth works. You learn what's going on with the moon. You learn what's the life cycle and what's going on with the sun. And as you learn those things, you notice that just as the earth and nature is changing and shifting and growing, you are also. And you start to see how connected we are to earth. It doesn't sound like something so foreign to say that the land heals us, that literally anything that we need to heal is produced from earth. It doesn't feel unnatural or mystical to say the earth is our mama, Mama Earth. Mama Earth is our first ancestor. That doesn't seem so foreign and mystical when you are one who grew up with the necessity to grow in order to live, because now you're connected to the land, because now you're dependent on the land to give you something that's so significant for your life. Now you are able to learn from that. So if we think about that and we say, okay, we're not dependent on the land because we can easily go to the grocery store, or we just don't eat live food at all anymore. We just eat processed foods or food that is not really food. then now what are we depending on to really show us things naturally on growth? Now we're dependent on people or systems or religions or whatever it may be in order to show us what do we need to develop, what do we need to grow. But those are, when we learn those different things, those are just learning from other people's interpretation. It's more beneficial, I would say, or I think the learning becomes deeper when you're able to observe and able to get downloads from your very own works, your very own observation, your very own connection to something. Why am I explaining all of this? Well, fall equinox is a season change. It's something natural. It's something constant. It's something that happens all the time. And it's something that's very significant in the growing world. Let's just call it that. In the growers world. In the farming and farmers world. It's something very significant. Just as the moon cycles are, is very significant because it really shows the farmers and the growers, what do I need to be doing to cultivate the soil? What do I need to be doing to grow? What do I need to be doing to protect? It's a very reflective time of growing. It's a very reflective and nurturing and sensitive time of paying attention so that you are preparing not just for the now, the hearing now, but preparing even for the long run. This is a time of that, the fall season. It's leading up to a season that is going to go, in some areas, it's going to go totally where you're not growing a whole lot. You're only growing the under the ground crop. It's a period of hibernation, of stillness. Winter is coming for that. So it's preparing for that time and also preparing for the spring, which is months away. But if you don't prepare now, then you're not going to be prepared for things to be springing up with life from you because you didn't prepare in the fall. If you just listen to that's what's happening with the earth. That can tell you something. That can really teach us something. That we have to take periods of stillness, periods where we are nurturing ourselves, periods where we are paying attention to our soil, which is our mind, and where our heart center is vibrating at. Because that is truly our soil, Is our soil contaminated? Is our soil polluted? Our mind, our heart, our soul? Is it contaminated? Is it polluted? If so, how do I detox? How do I purify the soul? How do I purify the mind? So that as I go into my hibernation period, I'm vibing on something. I'm hibernating with a mind and a heart that is still with peace and with optimism and with positivity and all of these different things? Or am I going into hibernation with a whole lot of traumatic thoughts or a whole lot of sadness, resentment, fear, shame? It is, it's really up to you to cultivate life or death in your world. And fall period, when we come up to this fall equinox, is really ushering us to a very vulnerable, very sensitive, very powerful space. And if we pay attention to it, it can really teach us something. It can really teach us something. I did not hop on this live to talk about this, but spirit, I don't know, it just started to flow out of me. So, hey, I pray that you flow with it, and I pray that something is said that can inspire you in some kind of way or stir up something that can be beneficial for you in some kind of way. But I started out this live saying, I pray that we can get back to paying attention to our natural holidays, our natural celebrations, these natural times of stillness and celebration and periods of gratitude. Every day, of course, is a time for gratitude. Every day is a time where I would really suggest that you have times of stillness and, of course, be in gratitude. But there are certain periods during the year that have a unique type of energy to it that is very beneficial for us. It helps us. It's assisting us. So in this time, if you are conscious and you're taking a moment to acknowledge that, okay, the seasons are changing. The spring and the summer has now passed. Now we're going into the period where all that have budded, everything that has manifested, all of this fruit we've gotten from the summer and the spring, all of these blessings, all of these different things we've gotten from exerting our will and exerting our power. It has come, we celebrate it, and now, we allow it to, we release it and prepare ourselves so that we can continue this journey of attracting all of the beautiful things in our lives, continue this journey of us being able to walk this journey as our highest selves, so we can be a reflection of God itself, so that we can walk in peace, we can walk in joy, and we're attracting beauty and growth and expansion in our lives instead of chaos and sadness and fear and anger and, disruption and trouble in our lives, because it's really up to us. So if you think about it, the leaves will begin to fall, and those leaves are going to decompose, and eventually winter is going to start coming around, and the trees are going to look like they're dead. The trees are going to look like they have no life, like it's not bearing any fruit. But the trees are not dead. The trees will come back alive when it's time to. And so a lot of times when it's time for that resting period, it's time to go into time of reflection and cultivation, people want to run away from it because it's not active. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel like I'm stagnant. I feel like, no, you're doing what you need to be doing, which is paying attention to your essence, the essence of your being in your beingness, releasing those things that cause distractions in your life and have you really stuck just in what you see on this physical plane, forgetting that there's a whole world of unseen, that there's always this deeper essence of life that's going on behind the scenes, what we can't see. And when we get so distracted from that knowledge, just simply that knowledge or that acknowledgement, we tend to start slipping into anxiety and worry and fear and all these different things, fooling ourselves, thinking that we are in control of everything, when really it's submitting and allowing grace and allowing God to work, and being a co-creator that is just focused on making sure my vessel is always prepared to bear fruit. My vessel is always ready to plant the seeds in it. So when that idea, when that vision, when that dream is planted, I'm prepared. Because I walk with faith, steadfastness. I'm an overcomer. So whatever come my way, I can overcome. Whatever come my way, I can have faith in it. It can come out beautifully. I don't have to go down all of these roads of just trauma and chaos as I'm manifesting. I'm prepared. But you got to take that time to prepare. You have to take that time to prepare. And fall and winter is that time. And so we are celebrating everything, we're going to in the fall is a beautiful time for everyone to just celebrate all of the beautiful blessings in your life, and also prepare yourself to be still. Prepare yourself to be still, and in my preparation to be still, I do every season change. I try to do a deep clean to my home. I stock up on my spiritual tools, those things that help me to stay, vibrating on a high frequency as a spiritual being. So stacking up my tools, like my smudge bundles and my incense, frankincense, candles, all of those different things, just making sure I'm doing that, and also sitting with myself so that I can be given my assignments. What are my assignments in this time of where we're now going to have equal day, equal night? What are my assignments where I'm going to have equal times to create, but also there are going to be equal times of me being still? What are my assignments right now? You got to be still in order to hear that. And so this is what the celebration of fall equinox is all about. You see a lot of people doing fall equinox fasting and cleansing, and it's good to do that because now it is well known. A lot of research is coming out nowadays, and it's been coming out, but a lot of people are now seriously acknowledging the fact that when you fast, you are more clear-minded. Your pineal gland is popping. Your intuition is keen. Your discernment is strong when you're fasting. And fasting it's not just on food or water. Fasting is also fasting from a lot of distractions. It's just really time for you to accept a little bit of hermit mode in your life. Maybe not going out so much, maybe not being on social media for so much, maybe not having a whole lot of conversation. A lot of people during this time go on speaking fast where they're not speaking, or just committing to periods of time in a day where you're being quiet and you're being still and you're focusing on allowing yourself to get the downloads, allowing yourself to hear the voice of the Almighty in your life. And so you will see a lot of people fasting during this time. That's a beautiful tradition or custom to adopt during this period. Here at Oyun Marketplace, that's located at Shamba Cultivating Grounds in East Point, Georgia, we are going to be doing a celebration this Saturday. And during this celebration, it's very intentional the way we put this celebration together. We're going to have some beautiful shopping. So again, you can stock up on your tools that you will need as you're going into your spiritual hermit mode or your resting period. As you're preparing for winter, which is hibernation, you're really being still, bringing it really down to a stillness. We're going to have good food, good times, communing with like minds, just vibing out, feeling very, getting that social benefit, the benefit that we get from socializing with like minds, which is encouraging and, fills our heart. We're going to have yoga. It's going to be with a seasoned yoga teacher who is going to show you different flow movements, because incorporating yoga in your life is very powerful. And so we're going to have yoga. We're going to have meditation. I'll be doing meditation at 5:00, a specific meditation for fall equinox. And so you can get that from coming out as well. And all of it is free, open to the community. The farmers market, which is stationed outside here at Shamba, will have special special fall farmers market. So it'll be items that you usually don't get except when fall begins to come. And then there will be limited edition and limited time only products inside of the store as well, that will be intentionally offered because we are going into the fall. So it is an all-out fall equinox celebration. I'm very excited about it. It starts at 11 and ends at 7. The location again is Shamba Cultivating Ground, 3353 Washington Road, East Point, Georgia. But as I said, I just pray that we are compelled to learn more about these season changes, not just from what we see, but what's going on in the unseen as these seasons change. It's very significant in our lives, even though we don't know it. As a matter of fact, even if you're not consciously paying attention like this, just look at your life. Notice how your life changes when seasons change. As a matter of fact, some research suggests that during the season change, people deal with depression. People deal with mood changes. People deal with these things when it comes to like mental health. And it's showing you something. It's indicating that these season changes impact us. But it's really where your heart is, where your mind is, how your soul is set up in the moment on how it's going to impact you or what comes from that. And if your heart and mind is contaminated with those kind of low vibratory thoughts or low vibratory feelings, yes, you can suffer from depression. And don't take it personally just because I'm using the word low vibratory and all this type of stuff. It is what it is. We all have our periods where we tend to kind of lean over to the low vibratory spaces, about things, because we haven't built up our strength in our faith when it comes to how those things are working out. So it could be certain things in your life that never really has you going on in the low vibratory space, because you feel faith about it. You feel confident. You feel good about it. But there are some things that maybe do, where you fall into that idea of lack. It may be money. It may be your relationships. It may be the children. It may be your responsibilities, whatever it may be. But it's time now where you can let's accept grace. Let's accept this thing we call God, the reality of God, holistically. Let's accept it fully. And we can do that. It is possible. If we can release the idea that, it ain't gonna never be perfect. We are ready to say that. We are ready to denounce the fact that we can experience peace sustainably. It's gonna always, I am not saying that we may not have challenges, or, sometimes we have to strive a little bit harder, but you can, if you do the work, you can sustain your peace even through the challenges. You can really flow through life experiencing heaven. Heaven and hell are states of mind. Are states of mind. How you think about things, how you feel about things, how you perceive things, your belief systems, the agreements you have made with yourself throughout life. And I am saying that during the fall equinox is ushering in a period of time that is primed energetically. It is cosmically in order for you to sit down, be still, get quiet, and engage in purification, detoxification, and realizations. Purification, detoxifications, and realizations. Fall equinox is a prime time for that. It's fall season, not just the equinox, which is on Wednesday. The fall season is a prime time for that. We celebrate fall coming in on the equinox, and it's a powerful day, absolutely powerful day for some beautiful self-work, some beautiful spiritual work. But we celebrate because we're given this grace. We're celebrating grace. We're celebrating the fact that no matter how powerful we think we are, how amazing we think we are, at the end of the day, we are nothing compared to grace, compared to this life force energy that is sustaining the worlds without our help. But with our help, of course, we'll see some amazing things happen in our lives. But even when we, as some of my church brothers and sisters would say, even when I don't deserve it, even when I am stuck in fear, stuck in anxiety, stuck in worry, stuck in all of this stuff, even then, grace tends to show up. It shows up. And then it's like, miracle. Oh, we get so excited. We are praising. But then we forget sometimes. And we go back into that fear and that doubt. I am proposing that during this fall season, first of all, that we celebrate fall equinox and celebrate the fact that cosmically we are given periods of time that helps us humble humans, that helps us, we have this human nature to sometimes fall into fear, fall into all of those different things. We are celebrating the fact that we have this cosmic order. We're celebrating the cosmic order of grace. And that's what fall equinox to me is all about. It's all about celebrating all the blessings that we have, celebrating the blessing that is God, that is grace, that is this life force energy, and also celebrating the fact that we have this grace present for us as we go through this period of purification, detoxification, and realization. If you want some keywords, bam, they were just channeled. So if you want something to focus on this fall season, purification, detoxification, and realization, okay? Realizing. Some things we're not realizing because we're distracted. We got too much noise around us. We're too attached to our lives, our responsibilities, our dreams, our vision, our ambition, our will, our zeal. It's like lower yourself. Lower yourself. Lower yourself so you can realize truth. So you can realize truth. Just step back for a minute. Life is going to be there waiting on you. As we know, it'll be waiting on you. But when you return, you will come with a level of peace, a level of Godfidence, a level of courage, a level of steadfastness, so that you can constantly live and bear this fruit that God has placed in your spirit to go after. But you will do it in a way where God can be seen through your words, not chaos, not struggle, not strain, not all of this stuff that, we gain all of these things. And as they say, lose your soul. Your soul start vibrating so low. And then we start seeing it. If you don't fix it, guess what started to happen? If you don't come to balance, if you don't submit, if you don't lower yourself, the physical body start to try to tell you. By creating mucus in the body, by creating masses in the body, by these diseases. Start showing up, start popping up, because you're not hearing it on the physical or energetic level. You just push through, go. And then we get sat down. It doesn't have to be like that all the time. If we go with the seasons, we will sit down. We will go with the seasons. Here's fall now. It's time for me to sit down. Okay, time for me to clean off my schedule a little bit, have more times of stillness, cut out some things, give myself more space, and watch how your life transforms. All right, I'm not going to sit here forever because I could go on and on forever. We give thanks for the word. The word is so soothing. It's so encouraging. It's so empowering. You know, I'd love to just spend my time with the word all day long. But we can't now. You know, we can't. I have work to do. So I'm going to get back to it. As y'all see, I'm in Oyun Marketplace. By the way, if you haven't followed Oyun.marketplace, please do. That is the marketplace page where you can see what's going on up in here. I have a few clearings and readings today, so I have to get going. I got in here early so that I can get some stuff done before I get busy with my clients. So love and light to all of you all. Remember, this Saturday, if you're in Atlanta, I would love to see you. Bring a friend, bring family members. Let someone know that it's going on. You know, share, and come on out. It's going to be a powerful day of love and light and communion and celebration, and just such a beautiful time. I can feel it. So I'm looking forward to doing the meditation. I'm also looking forward to the yoga. I'm looking forward to the vendors. We have some great vendors. I'm looking forward to the food. You know, I'm looking forward to all of it. You know, I'm looking forward to just seeing the beautiful faces, the babies. Every time fall equinox come around, we get to see all the children come back out, and they're growing so much. They're sprouting so much during the year. So it's good to celebrate family and everything. So make sure you all come on out, okay? Peace and love, y'all. Peace.